Now there are many different ways to feed a fish or ledger. I'm going to start off with the most simple, and that is probably freelining. And this is a hook that I would use for freelining big paste baits or big bread or large lobworms, etc. It's simply a Drennan super specialist size 2 tied direct to the line. Now, while you are doing this, you might find you need to add weight to the line. Now, simple as this rig might be, the weight of the bait may be enough, but I will nearly always add some kind of weight behind it just to pin the line down. Now, the simplest way is just by adding a shot at the appropriate distance behind the hook. Here I've added simply a swan shot about 18 inches from the hook, and this is typically what I would use on a gentler flowing river fished at close range with a big bait. You don't always need a weight. So that's the most simplest form. Now, to refine that a little bit, I'm not altogether happy with pinching shot on the line, as I've said before in previous videos. Now, probably better than a split shot is to put a float stop or a gripper stop like this at your required distance from the hook, and either mould a piece of what is called heavy metal putty, extensively used in the carp world to pin line to the lake bed or riverbed, or simply, and cheaper, is to mould a piece of kids plasticine around it. It's dead cheap, comes in a variety of colours. As long as you mould it around the gripper stop, it'll grip and stay on fine, and you can alter it infinitesimally, I think that's the right word, to whatever rate is required to either anchor the bait down static or to allow it to roll down the riverbed. Should it get snagged, the putty will pull off the line easily, so will a float stop. There will be no problem with tethered fish. There was no damage to the line from pinching split shot. But there are other ways. You could, for instance, take a small piece of line, double it over behind the float stop, and pinch the two ends together with a shot, like so. That can freely run up and down the line. Has advantage, you can add or subtract weights as necessary. There's no extra swivels or anything, it's perfectly free running. I've used this method for years and it's very successful. So that's your alternatives for freelining and adding weight onto them.